the Baron of the Baron of Greenwall, which was essentially just it was supposed to be a type of get together where all of the relevant factions of the barrier reaches, the area where Greenwall is located, could get together. Mainly the Dwarven and Elven factions, as due to the influx of dwarves, due to the mine, the Coalsol mine. The tensions were rising. So you all found different ways to sneak in. Macewind snuck in a barrel. Vera disguised herself and fell down some stairs, and everyone laughed. And Aiden was working there and was getting drunk when.
Yeah, let's hope I roll better.
It was just one pint. I swear.
Yeah. Getting drunk when he was interrupted by the diplomat who was sent there to ease tensions, and a dwarf that Vera saw sitting at a table talking to an elf and the diplomat before they entered the cellar. Now, while down there, and you all started to eavesdrop.
And then bad things started to happen.
Basically.
The dwarf and the diplomat were talking what sounded to be business, and the dwarf unveiled out of sort of a very nice looking type of like handkerchief pouch type thing, a blue glowing gem. Now, it was at this point that Vera fell down the stairs.
And I came out of a beer keg.
And Macewind fell out of a beer keg. Then a drow assassin booted down the door, and spiders exploded out of all the remaining beer kegs.
And then I couldn't roll for shit.
Yeah. Which just goes to show that Macewind, you're unoriginal as Fook. So, after a bit of rough and tumble, the Elven, after a brief scuffle with both Aiden and Macewind, the drow tried to make a mistake. She pulled out a small knife and nicked the diplomat with it, just a small cut. Then tried to take a small but well decorated bag off the diplomat's body before being like rugby tackled by Aiden and dropping the blue gem that she had previously swiped. This gem then reacted badly to being dropped on a stone floor and started to react.
Implode.
Now, where we left off is you had essentially just killed all of these spiders. The diplomat was writhing around in pain. The dwarf had just hauled you behind a barrel, Aiden, and then the room exploded.
Oh yeah.
Right, so all of you have this high-pitched whining in your ears. It's just a constant ringing, and it slowly fades out as you sort of scrabble on the floor, disorientated. There's like dust is sort of like slowly falling from the ceiling as like small blue sort of sparks, like motes and such, like float around and dissipate into the fair, leaving like, you know, like blind spots all over your vision. If you've ever looked at like a sparkler or like a firework or something, or the sun,
yeah,
and then
you
look away.
Yeah,
like little motes on your vision and stuff. So yeah, you wake up to like this sort of acrid, very sort of ozone-y type smell. Yeah, what do you guys do? Aiden, you're currently behind a thing you're currently behind a a barrel like hunched there with like a dwarf.
Yeah. Well, I guess I just turn up like getting to know what happened, like, and then I see the dwarf here, and then I check out if he's still alive or conscious, something.
Yeah, like he's a bit dazed. He's sort of on his ass, but he stands up and he looks at like the front of the like wine casket you're like in front of, and he's like, what a waste. Still, and he just sort of like slaps the side of it. Sturdily made dwarven barrel that. Could wait out the end of an age in this thing. And he sort of slaps it again, and sort of stumbles a bit and falls over and sort of like falls out on the ground a bit dazed. Mason and Vera, you're off to the side with this diplomat, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep. Well, Mr. Diplomat, what was that?
And like he's sort of on the ground, like he was sort of like ever so slightly cut on his leg, but where he's been sort of cut, you can see like all these sort of veins round it, sort of like turn black and like race up, and he's sort of like moaning. He's like out of it, but he's moaning and sort of clutching his leg like ah.
Well, that can't be good.
Do we have any idea what this is?
Mason doesn't care.
What this thing on his leg is?
Yes.
Can
Can I stabilize him at all? Or do we just need to cut the leg off?
Oh, okay.
Mace-One's good with that.
Okay, so apparently it's either stabilize somehow or amputation.
I love how your second option is amputate, not find antidotes or anything. Just do it. Can I do this, or do I have to cut off?
Both of you roll on your background woodsy assassin or normal assassin.
Yeah, mine's just a normal assassin. So 1d20 plus shit. What's my assassin?
Do we add level to this or no?
Yeah.
Four.
It's
Okay.
D20 plus level plus I think relevant ability modifier, then plus your background. So in this, I would say it's probably like the relevant ability modifier is probably going to be intelligence.
D20 plus 4. Do I want to add my intelligence? Taking that modifier. Plus 2. So.
Oh yeah. Okay then.
Oh my god!
Do I even need to roll now?
just roll a 1 and like undo her critical success.
Yes. Yes. I'll roll just to see if I roll a 1.
Wow.
Plus 4.
Where was that 20 when
Do we amputate anyway?
Yeah. You amputate, then using your would-be
What?
elven magic, grow him a new leg.
Nope.
What the fuck?
Oh my god! Well,
I've
where
got to
was this roll?
I've just got to tear out. I've just got to tear out this session's. Oh fuck! Sorry, we haven't rolled relationship dice. We should have done that. My mistake. I did it again.
You're good.
Everyone just roll a d6 depending on your relationship dice, just like we did at the beginning of the last session.
Yep. So
Alright,
1d6
D6.
plus 2d6 for the Elf Queen, and then a 1d6 for the dwarf.
Right, is it a 1d6 with which modifier?
No. It's just a 1d6 based on your.
Okay, let's see. Oh my god, a 6. That's
That's
good.
good. So that's with the emperor, right? So
Yeah,
because
the
you have 3 in emperor, so that means you roll 3 d6s.
Ah,
So
36.
Boop.
Got it.
A 3 and a 4.
3.
And
7.
the dwarf
Eh.
king, I believe, is 1. So
And Hiccup, was that 6? Was that for the elf?
Prince of Shadows.
Yeah, sorry, you don't have elf, do you?
Oh.
Daddy? I'm sorry, no, my character wouldn't know that.
Are we already starting with the daddy thing?
You guys, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Yeah, so
And then
River, have you rolled? You're still doing it.
I rolled for the elf queen, got a 3 and a 4, and the dwarf king. Rolling d6. I got a 4.
Nah, alright. You get nothing.
I got something last session.
Right. Alrighty then. So basically, yeah. So like you examine his leg, and yeah, and you instantly know this is like a type of sort of poison that is favoured by assassins. It's very powerful, like just simply because it's actually a venom, which means it has to be, you know, slashed through the skin or through the blood. If you drink it, it's harmless, but if it cuts you, if it breaks your skin, it's seriously dangerous. It's called the Cold Smile, and it's called that because essentially the person who gets slashed by it feels a sort of creeping chillness that slowly like sweeps through their body, and as they die, they go into sort of like a rictus, so their face normally ends up sort of like forced into this sort of like grin as they die, and it's not nice. You can't completely cure it right now, but like seeing as it's just happened, you don't have the antidote on you, but seeing as it's just happened, using like various techniques such as like sucking the blood out and like other sort of stuff that someone who uses poison and has been in the danger of like accidentally poisoning himself, you manage to, you know, make this situation a lot better than I had planned for. So thanks for that, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so like yeah, so you tell me, what do you guys together, what do you guys do?
Mason won't care. If we're amputating the leg, Mason will care a little bit more.
We can drain off the toxic blood.
Oh, come on. It's boring.
Is this a conversation that Macewen and Vera are having, or?
I imagine
I
so.
think so.
Probably.
I imagine so. Besides, don't we have to, like, you know, patch the wound up once we cut off his leg? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Either of us know how to do that?
No. And we kind of need to talk to him. Or at least I do.
Fine, we'll do it your way.
Alright, so you sort of like just generally mess about this wound, and like already you can tell it's like it's sort of starting to smell. Like this thing is like incredibly like potent. And you so you pull out like one of your small little. It's actually the knife that you used for eating the Klondike fruits that were given to you earlier by Barbon. It's like that sort of. It's sort of cross between a knife and a spork.
I also.
And you sort of cutting open the sort of fruit and then eating it, and that's what you do. And you sort of start cutting away the sort of necrotizing flesh. You like Macewen gets this sort of pulls out one of the torches and uses it to sort of cauterize like areas around it. Yeah, no, you're as gentle as you want to be, and it's like he's sort of like if he was out of it now, he's not. He's sort of like he's like wailing in pain. He's sort of like he's a lot more lucid, and he's sort of like he's trying to like flail about it. Aiden, what are you doing as these like elves that just like burst out of barrels and stuff are like hovering over this ship?
Okay, I guess I'll just first of all pick up the dwarf guy and take him upstairs because that's the most logic thing to do, I guess. Then I go up.
As you walk past, your foot sort of catches on this bag that the elf stole from the diplomat, then dropped as she was running out the room. I didn't draw it because I'm lazy, but it's your foot catches it.
There.
Oh,
It's you might not have like even if you didn't see it. It's basically this small sort of leather bag. It's got sort of an embroidery around the sort of edges, and like on its clasp is that same sort of scroll, shield, dragon emblem, which now marks the. It's a symbol of a dragon empire diplomat.
Well, I guess that belongs to the diplomat. So I think I'll just pick it up and give it to him when I find him.
Alright. So yeah, you as you walk past over the stairs here, you see these guys. You see these. You see them like over this.
I'm not.
All right. Okay. Hey, what are you doing here?
Which is in knives.
What would Mace One do to
Clearly saving a man's life.
Yeah, let's go with that. Mace One can't think right now. She's
too busy burning off bits of this guy's leg.
Yes. She's been caught in a barrel of keg. She's cauterizing some dude's wound she doesn't really care about. She's all over the place. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, how do I know you're not the ones who caused all of this?
Because a druid tried to murder us?
Because we fought off the people that tried to kill us? I mean, I just wanted to have a nice party. I take a wrong turn, tumble down the stairs, and all of a sudden everything's trying to eat me.
I'm not mentioning why I was here. Looks at diplomat.
The dwarf he like mumbles like a bit. He stands up, like you're sort of carrying him by sort of the scruff of his neck, and his feet are kind of like on the floor. Or have you got him over your shoulder? How are you carrying this guy?
I like carrying. I guess I'm carrying like on my back.
Yeah. Right. All right. So he's sort of like, oh, everything's really short. Did I get taller? And he sort of like looks down. Like he sort of like tries to stand up like on your back and just like knocks his head on the ceiling and falls back to sleep.
Dwarves.
So like you sort of become aware of like this pounding of feet on the feet and like banging on the door on the stairs above you. It was like, you hear the Baron's voice, like, "Quick, get it open!" And then you hear, so Icarus Flack, that the bounty hunter not the bounty hunter, the mercenary leader, just like, "Get to it, put your back into it, you dogs!"
Is there any window? Is there a window Mace One can jump out of right now?
There's the door that like the drow fled out of over there.
Shit. I guess she's going that way because she's not getting caught by the guards. She doesn't need to be here. A high elf looking very suspicious. Probably looks like an assassin. Things are gonna go bad for her. She's going out that door. Sorry guys, bye!
Hey.
So you just run. Because, you just run. Okay, you just run out onto the back alleys.
Running the way. Yeah.
What about you, Viva? What are you doing?
part of me doesn't want to do this, but I'm gonna call the guards.
Oh yeah, right. You can.
Oh, come
you can,
quick! Something attacked us.
The thing is, he's meant to be there. You're the mercenary character cannot remember your name for the life of me right now. You're meant to be there. You're protecting the diplomat. She's just a party goer. I don't look good. I'm not supposed to be there, so.
Okay, so like not a second after you like scramble out this room, like the door, like they managed to like force this door open. And it flies open with like a crash. And Vera, you don't remember, like, did you like close this door behind you before or after you fell down the stairs?
I didn't know there was a door there, so.
Okay, so I guess no.
No.
Okay, you don't remember there being a door there, and you don't remember there like locking it either. So yeah, the door, like they managed to get this door like off its hinges, near enough, and like. Let me see if I can drag people on. Okay, so he's your by Flack, and then a few of his guards. Some of which Aiden you recognise from the thing.
Oh yeah.
So basically, like the Baron comes down as well, sort of like waddling, taking the stairs like a few steps at a time, and like just like Jesus doesn't exist in this.
Nope.
World.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Our god's name is technically Tom.
Yeah. The Great Thomas.
Jesus.
Well, by the flame. What happened down here? And like, just is like, just comes down and says like, nobody move. And like, he sees like spikes, like dead spiders, like everywhere, like bits of spider like embedded in the wall, like the diplomat's moving. He sort of like holds up his sword to you, Vera, and he's like, "Get away from the diplomat."
I'm working on saving his life. If you would like me to not save his life, then that's on you.
And like, just comes over to easy, Flask. I know her, she's with me. And like, Flask's like, you brought her here?
Oops. Okay.
Then the Baron comes down and is like, oh, technically I brought her here. She was here by my invitation, as are you, Mr. Flack. And he sort of like, Flack backs off, and he's like, go, move, secure the area. And he sort of like, they go around. They find like the sort of drunken guy that like you were with, Aiden, the one who helped move these barrels in. They find him like sprawled out on the floor, and they grab him. They see this like door forced off his hinges, and he's like, "Boss, the door over here is cracked open." And they like start. He sees like he sort of takes. He looks around. And he sees you. He sees you like. It's almost like he's seeing you for the first time, Aiden. He's like, "You.
Oh.
What are you doing down here? What happened?"
You're...
Alright, I was... well, I just happened to patrol through this area, and then out of nowhere an assassin came to kill the diplomat and a dwarf who was with him.
An assassin just appeared out of nowhere.
No, she ran in the back door, actually.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I didn't see that, so I don't know where. I didn't see where the assassin came from, so yeah, maybe she can give you more information about that.
Flack,
This is gonna go bad for
Flack
me.
sort of looks like he looks like he's about to say something. Then the Baron sort of shoulders past, and you fought them off, but by yourself. And he sort of like he slips on a bit of like spider ick or this on the floor. He's like, whoa!
Let's hope someone doesn't notice the stab wounds from a nut. Well, no, you guys fought the spiders. The assassin left, and I only stabbed her. No, you're good.
I mean, well, yeah, I fought off some of them, but not everyone.
Then
And I also tried to catch the assassin, but she ran away.
where? And like
I think she ran through this door.
okay, so like she's like, and the Baron's like, oh, quick, Mr. Flack, hop to it, and Flack sort of gives you a look, and then like sends these guys, like he's like, go, send the rest of them, and they like send out orders, like they all
even
like
in this area. I don't even know.
You're pretty much like well, you
I'd be
sort of
gone.
come out. You come out and it's near sort of like a back garden.
Oh,
Well,
good.
not a garden, and it's this big sort of, and it's pretty much the Baron's estate. Hold on, I'll get to your epic escape shenanigans in a bit because I
Okay.
planned for this. I didn't
Cool.
plan for you to split up, and I didn't plan for you to save the diplomat's life, but I planned for a bit of this.
Good.
So, like, right off the bat, you've already fucked me.
Also, Max, you couldn't have said druid. God damn it.
Drow, sorry, it
Drow,
was a
not
drow.
druid. Yeah, but no, he just said assassin. He didn't specifically say drow. So now they're just gonna look for someone who looks like an assassin, which is me.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch. But of course
she
you
could
care, yeah.
she could be working for the druid. You don't know. And like, and he sort of like sees all this and is like, like he sees like all the smoke and so is everyone okay? And he like just sort of speaks up. He's like, doesn't look like the diplomat's doing very good, sir. And comes over. And he's like, oh no.
Well, he's been poisoned. What'd you say it was? Cold smile. He needs an antidote.
Cold smile. I've never heard of. I wouldn't even know where to begin looking.
Do you have a healer? Particularly of the elven kind?
Well, we have. Give me a second. He sort of like runs upstairs. Well, he sort of he runs as quick as his little sort of nose can
Stubs
take.
carry him.
Fat ass.
Comes back with she comes back with this lady who's wearing slightly like she's wearing this sort of nice bluish cloak with a purple sort of embroidery around it. Like she's got like it's various imagery of like the night sky and stars and various things. And she comes in and she's like looks around the place. It's like looks like what time I've seen dungeons that look less worse than this. Worse than this, sorry. cannot speak today. And she comes over and sort of like kneels, and it's like, did you say it was poison?
Yes, ma'am.
She like pulls out like this small sort of it's like a roll, and she opens up this roll, and it's got various sort of tools in it, and she pulls out this sort of vial, and it's got like one of those little in its lid, it's got one of those little dropper things, and he sort of drops that onto the wound, and what she drops on turns this sort of like very nasty lilac colour. There's a lilac colour, and she's like, "Oh, you're right, it's definitely poison. You've done an alright job at it, though. Few minutes longer, and you probably would have had to lose the leg, if not worse." Come on, she like sort of snaps her fingers, and she's like, "Mr. Jusk, was it? Help me get this. Help me get him upstairs." And he's sort of like, you take the head, and they sort of like manhandle him upstairs. Yeah, manhandle him upstairs and sort of like out. And so now it's just he sort of walks up, the Baron walks up to you there, and it's like, "Oh, Miss Vera, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to witness this. I knew things were bad, but I never imagined outright assassinations would be attempted. Luckily, it was only attempted thanks to Mr. Aiden over there and your healing abilities." He like mops his brow with this sort of like his doily handkerchief thing again.
Well, you've hired good staff.
And Flax like overhears this, and he shoots you kind of a dirty look, and shoots another look at Aiden, and skulks off. Like you hear him like he shoves past you, and you hear him shouting stuff upstairs to people, like, and like the Baron's like, "Oh, he came highly recommended, but he doesn't do well with people, I feel. Which isn't good in such a delicate situation. Like, but please," and he sees like the dwarf like being like, "Please, Miss Vera, Mr. Aiden." He sees like the dwarf just there. He's like, "Oh no, more." It's like, quick, is he hurt?"
I don't know. All I know, I mean, he's surviving, but he's barely conscious.
There was this big explosion. He might have been hit in that.
Yeah.
Yes, we heard that. It's what brought us down here. What was that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, all that I remember from that is that a blue jewel fell off to the ground, and then everything exploded.
A jewel?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait here. Quick, let's everyone get out of this place. He sort of like, it's very distasteful, and he sort of like pokes one of the spiders with like his foot, and yeah, like you become aware of like the smell of roast spider, and it's I think it's even less pleasant than that, you know, roasted bug that Andal was eating.
That was what I was about to ask.
They sort of walk up, and they're like, in fact, Miss Vera, what are you even doing down here?
Oh, I made a wrong turn and tumbled down the stairs.
Yes, they're treacherous. I've made the same mistake many a night when I've come down for a late night soiree. Like, he goes upstairs. He leads you sort of upstairs to this bedroom, to the bedrooms. I'll just drag you.
Okay.
And then yeah, you carry the dwarf, and you like plop the dwarf on like the couch. and like the Baron, he says his quick. He says like sort of quick goodbyes, and then he sort of like rushes out as well. He says he's got to like try and calm the staff because there's essentially just been. As you walk up the stairs, you see that like bits of the floor, like above where you assume where above the cellar is, have sort of like dipped slightly, and like bits of like the obviously the main ball area is now pretty much like cleared out. There's no one in there. There's like guards running about and such. And yeah, let's go to Maceland now. Let's see if I can find that place where I put you.
You put me somewhere? Oh, you did. Or I lost my token in the mid-darkness.
Just get rid of them, they don't need to be there.
Hi, train.
I heard that. Alright, so you basically come out this sort of side door here, and as you come out, you see the thing that was sort of, you see if someone's made like escapes. You see guards like running about the grounds, and it's basically just this big sort of garden area. It's lit up by like the moonlight. It's a full moon, stars are out. You've got pretty good vision of this place. It's like essentially several hedgerows, several bushes. There's like a fountain over here, down the bottom bit, and yeah, you pretty much just like walk out, and you see like this blue sort of like bits of smoke and like these blue motes just like drifting out of the place behind you and drifting up. All around you is this sort of round the out circumference, sort of like wrought iron fence. It goes up pretty high. What do you do?
So I assume the assassin found her way out. Where'd she do it? Can I tell where she went?
Hey, let me see. Ah, damn it! I've got. Your character sheet's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, my bad.
Find it somewhere.
I can
I've just got to scroll up for like ages. Don't worry, I found it.
Okay.
Mate. Make an assassin roll.
So roll. Slash roll. D20. Plus 4. Plus 1.
Alright, yeah, I like that. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you look down at the ground and you see these sort of red, red sort of splotches of dark liquid on the ground. And you look at this and you realise that it is pretty much blood.
Cool.
And you could probably follow these, and it would take you to where the Drow assassin and where she went and how maybe she escaped, or you could try and find your own way out.
Well, I guess I gotta follow the blood. I don't see another way out, do I?
But you can make one. If you look around the corner and you see several vines here. You reckon you could probably scale these, although it'd be a bit difficult in the darkness, and vines aren't the most solid of things when you're trying to climb, especially if they're just decorative stuff. You look around here and around the back, it leads into the glowing forest, but running around in a forest at night may not be the best idea either.
Yeah, no.
Quite a way away as well. It's like it's not right next to it. You reckon there's about like 3/4 of a kilometre to actually get to the glowing forest.
And it's just open. It's just open.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like open marshland.
Yeah, no, I get spotted for sure by any archer looking that way. So by the two pictures we have basically one of the guys. I'm gonna have to roll a stealth check if I follow the blood properly. Anyone watching the vines?
Not at the moment, but these guys are pretty much just like strolling around. Like they're running around the grounds. You don't know they could turn around and look at the vines any second. That would pretty much like that would take. They sort of go halfway up to a balcony, but then you realise they go even further up to the actual roof. So you might be able to like just go up the roof, scale across the roof, then just drop down on the other side. But up to you.
Yeah. Shit. How badly does she want to murder this assassin? No, she's just gonna get the hell out of there. The vines are probably the quickest way. Down in the blood, I could easily get hit, ambushed by the assassin. I'm not know where I'm going with that.
She was pretty dinged up, to be fair.
Yeah, but I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, it's up to you.
The assassin. So up the vines. So.
You can probably I'll let you roll on your higher. Your higher one's thief, isn't it? Or is it assassin?
Thief is my higher.
Yeah, roll on thief then.
Alright. I need to find out how to make macros for this thing. It'll make my life so much easier. D20 plus 5. So add my level?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus 1. There we go.
Yeah, alright. You just want to go. Did you want to go onto the balcony on the second level, or did you want to go actually to the top?
Whichever gets me out of here faster. So you said I can just go to the roof and then, off.
I mean, you could go to the other side of the house where, essentially it's this iron fence pretty much goes around, but if you go to the other side, you'll get to the place where there's a bunch of carriages and guests and stuff standing outside in this courtyard area.
Yeah.
And you could probably just you're what are you wearing? Are you wearing that stuff you stole from the monarchy? Not the monarchy, the monastery.
Probably.
Or are you just wearing,
yeah, the monastery. Probably.
Yeah, you reckon you could probably just blend in with the guests.
Yep, gonna do that.
Alright, so you sort of, you jump round here, steadily avoiding the guard gazes. I mean, even though it's a full moon, this side of the house is pretty shadowed from the thing, so whenever you see one of them sort of look at you, you just sort of press yourself close to the wall, and I mean, they're looking for someone trying to break out. They wouldn't look for someone who's clinging to the side of the house they're gonna break in. You see two more come out where you just came from. Yeah, so as you climb up, you climb past the balcony, and it's like these glass sort of doors, and you see Vera and Aiden like well up there with the diplomat. You just carry on, right?
Yeah.
Like you see them, because this is pretty much like where they are now. So yeah, you hop over the fence and like keeping low, you scale across this roof, then and drop down onto the other side and just blend in with the guests.
Yep.
Now let's go back to these guys.
Yep.
That's the cabin, it's the white.
Okay.
Yeah, so the dwarf sort of like sprawled out there. Like he occasionally wakes up and like demands alcohol. Then
dwarfs.
I don't know. Do you get any for a maiden?
Huh?
The diplomat. They've pretty much carried the diplomat inside his room. Let me just light this place up for you.
Okay. Well, I guess I will explain to the dwarf that I will explain to the dwarf that basically all the basement exploded. So sorry, there's no alcohol for now.
Like his eyes just go wide at this, and he sort of grabs you, and he's like, "No, no." And he pulls you in a bit closer, and he's just like, he pulls you in a bit closer, and he's like, "Be watchful of knives in the dark. Don't tell them. Don't tell them about the crystals." He sort of like releases you, then like goes back to sleep.
Knives in the dark. Alright, then, well, I guess I now go to, I guess like, okay, just stay there and get well. And then I just walk to the diplomat's room.
Yeah, so like, you see this guy like, just sort of standing outside, like, drinking something from like a goblet, and yeah. Vera, are you inside helping the priestess? You inside helping? Yeah, so like
Yes.
You've like stabilized him. Like she's there and she's just doing various things to this wound. And she sort of tuts a bit, and she's like, she sucks like breath in through her teeth, and she's like, "Well, you did well, and you probably bought him a few days, but this poison is gonna need a cure. I can think of a few people who would have it, but this poison is mainly used by assassins. It doesn't have any use outside of killing people. So I can't think of many people who would even be familiar with this, let alone, you know." In fact, that's a good point. How are you familiar with it? Sort of looks at you a bit. Skew.
Well, you see, the Elf Queen and I kind of have our differences.
She continues to just stare at you. Like, is there any more to that story? You're just gonna leave it like that?
I'm just gonna leave it like that.
She sort of like shakes her head, then looks up as Aiden enters the room.
How is the diplomat?
Well, he's not gonna die today, but he'll die in a few days if we can't find the cure for this. And like,
Do you have any clue what kind of antidote does he need?
I'm not I'm not the kind of priestess that heals people. I'm of a different variety. But maybe someone on the monastery, people of ill repute might know. If you know any of those types, I know I do. But don't tell anyone. Then sort of like the Baron comes back in, and sort of following him is the Archmage that you saw before, Villa. Not the Archmage, just the Major. You remember his name's Hito, Major Freelo. You know, the one with the weird shadow.
Yes.
And he sort of and you walk in and like, yeah, the room seems a little bit darker. He walks in, and he looks at this, and you see his nose kind of like wrinkling into his face as he smells it. Yes, yes, Baron, I know of this poison. The antidote is difficult to acquire, but not impossible. It's only one of the ingredients that's really a hassle to get. The rest of it can be brewed by anyone with a degree of experience. Unfortunately, that ingredient lies in the glowing forest. I'm not entirely welcome in there due to philosophical debates currently going on with the self-imposed caretakers of that forest. It's called the Dothix mushroom. So, if you're going in there to find that, that's what you'll need. And the Baron's like, well, I'll dispatch my finest men immediately. And he sort of like comes back in, like looks at you, Aiden. He's like slaps his shoulder. He's like, he was there when it all happened. It's like, we need you to find this mushroom.
Will you pay me extra for this?
Oh, of course.
Ah, well, I'm in. Do you know, well, I do ask to the Archmage, do you know which part of the forest is this mushroom found?
Once upon a time, I did. But, again, various changes have been happening to the forest, and a lot of it's been shifted around. It's fairly potent, it's fairly easy to see. It's going to be bright blue with dark green spots on it, and he draws you a quick sketch of it. It's sort of this small, it's actually quite long but small, so long, thin but sort of, it's got quite a narrow sort of umbrella to it, and it's got these two sort of leaves poking out the base that sort of fan out to the sides of it.
Quick question, out of character. Do I know anything about this? Like, even vaguely, do I know where?
Have you been into the Glowing Woods? From what I understood, you had only got here recently. So you may... Have you, like... I don't know, have you been to, like...
I think last session we said that I went in, but only, like, very shallowly.
Yeah, then, I would say probably not. Did you go in during the day or the night?
What?
I don't know. Just did you go in during the day or the night? It's just
Probably during the day.
yeah. All right, that's fine. So yeah, probably not.
Might I tag along? He might need my help. I'm better with the woods than he is, probably.
Well, I don't have. To be honest, I don't have any much experience on traveling in the woods alone. So I think a partner here will be of great use.
He sort of the Baron sort of like rubs his beard. He's like, ooh. I'm not sure if the glowing woods are proper for a lady as delicate as you. And like the mage sort of holds up his hand, and he's like, maybe she should go. I think there may be more to this one than meets the eye. And he sort of like, you see his shadow like twitch a bit, Vera. And then, like, he kind of, like, takes the Baron, sort of, he makes a few sort of, like, he walks over to see, like, to look over the dwarf, who's sort of lying on the bed.
Oh, Mr. Baron, I'll be well protected. I mean, I'm taking the mercenary that just saved us from an assassin and a whole horde of spiders. I think we'll be okay.
He's sort of, like, he looks a bit worried, but then he sort of like he gives in. He's like, "Well, if you're with my good man Aiden here, then that's, I suppose." And like, he eventually agrees. It's like he sort of takes Aiden aside a bit. You might be able to hear this, like, Vera. It's up to you. It depends if you're listening or if you're attending the guy. He's like. He sort of takes it, he's like, discreetly, Mr. Aiden, if you could perhaps hurry with this task, make all the haste you can. I fear that this diversion in diplomatic the overseer of the area's dwarven population, and well, if they send a force in, it's only going to make things that much worse. So we need the diplomat on his feet with all haste.
Alright. I'll get the mushroom as soon as possible. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah. So while this is happening, let's go to Mason. What have you done now that you sort of are you still outside in the square, or have you like tried to go further into the town?
She'd probably go back to that tavern she met. What's her face? Sarah.
Yeah. Alright. So you enter and you realise like it's a lot quieter than when you were in here before. Like all the mercenaries have gone. There's a few people like huddled around, and you catch a few snippets of them just like whispering to each other about what happened up at the manor. Like no one knows what happened. There's like a big sort of explosion was heard, but that's all. Like on the way down here, you see like people sort of like carriages go past, and there's this like horses galloping past, some with like elves on, some with humans on, There was even like a dwarf on like a pony, just freaking going for all he's worth. Oh, you just are you just in here looking for Sarah?
She'll probably go to her room. I believe she has one in the tavern.
Yeah.
Change into her normal attire, come down, and probably get something to drink that is not dwarven.
Alright, so if you don't, at the thing there's dwarven ale, there's like human cider and there's like elvish wine.
Elvish. Elvish is good.
What was that?
Elvish is good.
Alright, yeah, so you have this elvish wine. It's got quite a nice, like, sweet taste without being overpowering. And then so you're at the bar, and then this lady comes in and sits next to you.
Mace one's gonna be like, if I had to guess, you're Sarah's sister.
And she gives off like a small smile and orders a wine out of a slightly more dignified size than what like Derry was drinking out of. Sari was drinking out of something like that. Getting mixed up. And she smiles like, you'd be correct. So, what happened? I was having a riveting conversation with an inquisitor from the Screaming Fort when the entire wine cellar exploded.
All I can know is the diplomat was doing some type of deal with a dwarf or a gem. Blue thing, apparently it's in the mines. A bunch of it is in the mines. A drow apparently wanted that and tried to kill her. Myself and the two others that were down there.
Who were the two others?
Crap, I can never remember. A hiccup. You're a wood elf, right?
Vera. Oh, you don't know her name, fair enough.
Yeah, no, out of character. She's a wood elf, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Okay. Oh, well, you should know. You built the character. Yeah. So she's just like a wood elf and a human. Not really knowing.
Wood elf?
Apparently, she was the wood elf that turned the elf queen's pets pink. That's a surprise, though.
Is that a fact?
That's what the druid said. Druid pointed it out.
What, the drow?
The drow. Druid drow. God damn it. You're doing that. Druid is a totally different thing.
A drow assassin. What's your last name, Vera?
I didn't pick one.
Damn it. Okay, well, a drow assassin.
You can make me up one if you want.
Yep.
Make it easy to pronounce.
Yeah. A human and a wood elf that turned. I wouldn't have expected, considering she wore that gown so nicely. Also, we found out where the gown that we were supposed to give to you went, so that was a bit suspicious.
So, I assume you're here just because the job isn't done.
Well, you said they were after something in the mines, correct?
Yep. From what I could tell, the dwarves are keeping them from the elves.
Judging by the need for secrecy, it appears they're keeping them from everyone.
If I could tell, they might be magical. I mean, that was what made the explosion.
Magical exploding gems. Well, that could be useful, but there are already several spells that can be used to that effect. I can't understand why all the secrecy would be needed. And again, if they could be used to something else, other than exploding.
I don't think it was meant to explode. I think it just went unstable. Whatever it is, the drow want it. So did the dwarves.
Strange, there aren't any drow in the elf court here. Wouldn't have thought they'd have any machinations going on. Then again, they're always planning something, and any reason they can use to stick it to the dwarves. We need to find out what exactly these gems are.
I don't think I can sneak into a mine.
Whoa. What happened to these two, the wood elf and the human? Where are they?
The gods came down to the cellar and I ran, so I assume they're still in the manor.
Do you think they would know anything?
Maybe. I don't know.
She just takes another sip of her wine and goes, well, I suggest we wait till the morning, then you perhaps find some way of learning more about this. You need to know more. I'll do some digging of my own. And she takes off, she sort of slides off the chair and walks out. Let's go back to... Alright, so, like, do you guys want to do anything before turning in for the night? Like, in fact, do you want to head out tonight, or do you want to wait till the morning?
I think I want to get out in the morning too.
And I live with him, so if he's waiting till morning, I'm waiting till morning.
That's fine. Do you guys want to do anything before you turn in?
Well, it depends. Is the dwarf like in a better condition? Like, can he like how do I say it? Like hold a conversation.
Lucid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Just to lucid, I think I'll just go to bed.
I would like to have a discreet conversation with my date.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna go well.
Oh my god, there's two parents. Oh, three.
Sounds like fun. Oh yeah, that works. That's so many. Alright, so he's drinking out of this goblet, and it's not anything alcoholic, he's pretty much just drinking like water at the moment. And he's sort of like, he puts it down and gets ready to shrug on it. He's like shrugging on his coat when you pretty much exit. So, what was the excuse? You got lost?
That's the one.
Hmm. To be honest, I kind of expected that you may have had some motive when coming here. Though blowing up the Baron's wine cellar wasn't one of them.
Honestly, I just wanted to talk to a few people. And I've learned some very interesting things.
Such as?
Such as why your father was so surprised to see that a girl was calling on you.
He raises his eyebrow somewhat.
And I would propose that we become very good friends.
Oh?
If you ever need a cover story for where you're going, you can just name drop me. Just say you're going to come visit me. I don't really mind. And in exchange, can you just keep me in the loop of anything interesting or fun going on?
He sort of looks like... To be honest, I feel like if there wasn't, you would probably just make something interesting or fun yourself. But then he sort of nods oh, keep you up to date. This will keep my father off my back if nothing else. Most everyone around here already knows. Then he sort of walks out. Unless he did want in for something else.
No, that was it.
Yeah, he goes out. The van walks up. He's like, do you have anywhere to stay?
Yes, I have a room. I will be headed back that way tonight.
Oh, well, you're always welcome to stay here so things can get properly underway in the morning. I'll just give you Mr. Flack's room. I assume you won't mind.
Oh, that's quite all right. Just tell him to swing by the tavern in the morning. On his way out. I have to gather my belongings as well.
Ah, well, yes, quite. Well, I'll see you in the morning. We'll be setting off. Well, you'll be setting off at first light.
Sounds good.
He goes into his study area or whatever. So I assume you go to bed, right?
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, the night passes. If you want, you can spend a recovery and get yourself back up to full health if you want.
Yeah, I think I will be doing that.
Right?
I'll take advantage of that as well.
Can't have that.
Alright, another recovery.
Budget, I guess I'll do it. Where's my recoveries?
You doing that as well, Mesa?
Yep. What is my recoveries? I forgot what they were. I have to roll for them.
Just because you're sleeping here in bed, I'll just say you get you spend a recovery and get to full health.
1d8.
Oh. You don't have to roll for it. I'll just let you have it if you spend a recovery.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, it's
Plus 1. And, well, I can't have 8 health, so.
Huh.
I have 20. Wait, is that 8?
3.
7. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I wasted 3 points of health. If that's a thing.
He offered you full health. You should probably take it.
Yeah, no. Either way, I got it.
I just wanted to roll.
Alright.
Oh my god.
So,
The guy just wanted to roll. Okay. I just wanted to
so, hold on, do you just mind if I get a drink of water real quick? I just talk, and it's amazing how quickly my voice goes. So we'll just have a quick 5-minute break here if you want.
It's fine by me.
Sounds good.
Alright, see you guys in a bit.
Back.
So, what's Mason gonna do now? I'm gonna make a little more. Da-da-da-do-do-do.